with any kind of transformation that you're trying to make, it's a 6-step transformation model that you can vet, and it's been proven. It's actually something that I observed in the Bible. And this 6-step transformation model, it can be applied to anything. It can be applied to whether or not you're trying to drop a habit, whether or not you're trying to fix a problem you don't even know you have, whether or not you're trying to accomplish a goal, or anything of that nature. And so I'm gonna break this thing down for you real smooth to where it makes sense and it's chronological, and you can see, and you're gonna reflect and replay all types of ideas that you done already experienced, and then you're gonna be able to take the feedback and apply it to pass the next test. The first thing for the transformation model, the first thing is awareness. You don't know that something needs to be changed or fixed until you become aware of it. So the first step is awareness, okay? Then it's followed by intention. Followed by intention is decision. So I'm gonna break that down before I go further. You first become aware of something that needs to change, aware of something that needs your hands to be applied to fix it. And as soon as you become aware of it, now you say, okay, that's something that I'm now aware of. But if you have any experience like me, you've been aware of something and didn't necessarily follow through with getting it accomplished or fixed. So once you become aware of something, then it's up to you to make the intention upon changing that or whatever it is. Once you make an intention, then you are faced with a decision. A decision is not a choice. See, if you're just making a choice tells me and it tells you that you have options. Options means that, okay, if this don't work out, then I'm gonna do this. I'm not really going to be fully committed on this because if this don't work out, I got a fallback plan. Most of the winners, the champions, the G's, the people who really get stuff done, they don't have choices. They make decisions. Decision is a compound word. The D-E-C in decision, the D side means to cut. And when you put decision, it means to cut yourself off from any other option. So you are grounded in, this is what I'm going 100% in, this is what I'm fully committed in, and this is what's going to take place and happen despite anything. The only option is option A. Well, what's plan B? Plan B is that option A works. There is no other option. So you go from awareness to making an intention on doing something, and then you finally get to the place where you experience more pain than the fear that's causing you to hesitate, and you are ready to make a decision. Now, the cool thing about a decision, once you make a decision, is this is going to blow you away. This is going to be something that you always experience. Disruption always follows decisions. Anytime you make an intention and make a decision to do something, have a good intention to do something positive, it's always followed up with a disruption, some form of an obstacle that comes in your way. You leave in the morning, you done woke up, you prayed, you done meditated, you started the morning with a cold plunge or maybe a workout, and you feeling good, and you pull out in traffic and you on your way to the job to deal with the people that you know you got to brace yourself to go deal with, and then boom, here come that angry driver that almost ran you off the road, and now it done took your whole mood. Now your whole energy is shifted. Now your whole day is just smashed. Now you just like really set back and you discouraged. Or if you have a situation where you have a relationship that you're trying to repair, and you made a decision, you had an intention on having this good intention, and you made a decision to follow through with it, but then you get pushback. You get some kind of feedback that's very discouraging, but that's a part of the transformation model. It has to happen. If it doesn't happen, then you're probably not really making a real transformation on anything. So you go from awareness, and then you go to intention. Then you go to making the decision, and the decision is always double backed with some form of disruption. But as soon as the disruption comes, that's where number 4 comes in, the discipline. The discipline. And the discipline is you remembering your frame of what made you become aware, what made you go into the intention, and then what made you make the decision. So you reframe with discipline, emotional discipline, controlling yourself, maintaining your frame, sticking through the suck, when it sucks and it's hard. And when you go through with the discipline, now you're that much more further in this same transformation model, and now you got to follow that up with recognition. That's number 5. And when you recognize yourself. Recognize that you went from aware of something, you made an intention, then you made a decision. You maintain discipline through the disruption. Recognize that. I'm not saying celebrate too early, but recognize that you are making progress. Don't talk yourself out of it, because followed by the recognition, you continuously disciplined and follow through. Now you have the successful transformation completion, and now you can celebrate. Celebration is the 6-step model, is the end of the 6-step model. It's equal to whenever God built the earth in 7 days, and at the end of it, he said, "This is good. I'm proud of my work." All work works, because when the work isn't working for you, it's working on you until it can work for you. So there is no such thing as no work works, or this was a waste of work, this was a waste of time. That doesn't exist, because there's character development in this process, because there's a 3-step model to becoming the man that you want to be, to have the things that you want to have. The biggest thing about the 6-step transformation model and why it's important is because the only goal is for you to become the person that can do the thing so that you can have what it is that you're trying to have. A lot of the times we get fixed on doing a bunch of stuff. We try to do everything that we can do so that we can have what we're trying to have, whether or not that's paying a bill, whether or not that's acquiring a certain amount of capital to start something. We all are highly experienced in doing a bunch of stuff to get to the place to where we can finally have exactly what we're trying to have. But then whenever you are highly experienced in doing a bunch of stuff, maxing out your 24 hours a day, and you still haven't got to the goal or the place to where you're trying to be, and you're like, man, I'm doing all that I can do. I'm doing everything that I know to do to the best of my ability, and I still don't have what I desire to have. The secret, if you want to be able to do more, you have to become more. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's be, do, have. In order to do more, you have to be more. In order to have more, you have to do more. But God has a very, very good way of allowing us to bump our heads more and more, and enough times where we're so tired of doing a bunch of stuff, because our only desire is to have what we're trying to have. He's only focused on us becoming. He's only focused on the man, the woman, the person that you become. Because at the end of the day, if you never were to attain any of what you're trying to have, he wants you to be the person that can stand unmoved, unshaken, unbroken. So in your pursuit of overcoming, pursuing, and recovering all that your life has stolen from you, from your inefficiencies, for you not knowing that change was necessary, that transformation was necessary, that everything that you're trying to do wasn't making sense, you can break this thing down with the 6-step transformation model. Awareness, intention, decision/disruption, discipline, recognition, and celebration. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to become the person that can do the things so that you can have what you're trying to have. And if you're in a place to where you don't know your purpose, you don't know your vision, then you still need to go through the 3-step transformation process that allows you to discover who you are authentically, so that you can then take what you have, your unique gifts and abilities, and then take that and go into developing. After you've discovered, now you must develop the skill sets that you've discovered. And upon developing with discipline and hard work and consistency the skills that you discovered and then developed, now you are faced with deployment. Now you must deploy this gift to the world. Now you must deploy yourself and become a sacrifice yourself to others. Because a lot of us, a lot of you are faced around people to where at the end of the day you look back and you say, that person doesn't deserve me. This situation doesn't deserve my time. They don't deserve. But anything in your life that you find that doesn't deserve, it is your duty to serve, because you've already got the fix. If I come into a truth revelation knowledge from God before you do. It's not my job to be proud and arrogant about that. It's my job to sit there and be humbled by the fact that, wow, it wasn't because I'm so intelligent and smart and brilliant of infinite knowledge and wisdom that I have this knowledge. It's because God gave it to me first. So I'm humbled by the fact that I can give it and share it to you. Work hard.